What's up guys? So today I'm going to be talking about my Dolan Twins 4OU tour experience. Which, sorry I look like trash. Again, like I always do because I always look like trash. Maybe that's just because I'm garbage. But it's like 12 o'clock in the morning right now. Okay, well I'm going to start from the beginning. I got there around like 3:45 or 4 and I waited in line. We waited in line for a long time and it was hot and there was no shade. But like, yeah, I definitely recommend to come early because then you'll get better seats because VIP gets to go first and there's a lot of VIP, so you should get there early. Honestly, like at first we were kind of behind, but then during the show we got like, I got pushed like towards the front, which was pretty cool. I was only like 3 rows away. So they opened the doors at around like 7:30, or they let the VIP in first at around like 7 something, and then they let us in general admission, and then we went into the venue. We were pretty close to the stage. I was trying to look around because I wanted to get merch, but I looked around and I was like, where is the merch store? But then eventually, after I stopped, I was just looking around even more and I found it. It was like on the top of the stairs in the darkness. And I was like, okay. I went over there. I ended up getting a glow stick and I really wanted to get the pink, Grayson's pink I'm a Savage hat, but they sold out of all the dad's hats, so that's great. It's great. So I got the glow stick and we just waited for them to come out. Finally, the video came on and the intro video came on, and then the boys popped out with the confetti. And then when they jumped, after they jumped on stage and all that stuff, they just started talking to us and like, you know, doing the like, introduction and stuff like that. And then they started off by doing their first challenge, which was they did the Hat of Dares challenge, and then like Ethan did like a backflip, and things like
Grayson's hairy leg problem. Let's get a countdown. 3, 2, 1. It's disgusting. It's actually pretty smooth now though.
And after they did that, they did the they did a cake challenge thing where like Grayson and Ethan asked each other questions, and like if they got it wrong, then they had to like get a catapult of cake to their face. That was hilarious. And then like Grayson's shirt would get dirty and everyone was like, take your shirt off, like take it off, take it off. And I was like waiting for that moment for Grayson to take his shirt off. Sadly he never did. But after they did the catapult challenge, Alex went out and he sang his songs and he looked freaking amazing and like I think like his second or third song, a girl, she wasn't feeling good or something like that, so then she like sat down or something. Like I don't know if she fainted or not, but she sat down, and then everyone was like, dude, are you okay? And blah blah blah, and they're like, oh, she doesn't want help or something like that. But then her friend started like panicking because like obviously because it was super hot, like it was understandable. Like I felt like I was gonna faint, and like there was like, it was super hot, everyone was like on each other, you can barely breathe. Like I had to tiptoe sometimes just to get like fresh air, and like they started like leaving the crowd so that like, you know, they can get out of that small space. While she was walking out of the crowd, she fainted, and then everyone was like panicking, and everyone started screaming like, oh, Alex, Alex, help. And like everyone was like yelling help to get Alex's attention to stop the show. And then eventually he saw it and he like pointed to the security guard and he was like calling the security guard to come and go. I think Kyle and another security guard from the venue went, and then they like went through the crowd. Like Alex stopped the show, but he was still like playing the piano while, because he didn't want it. I feel like it was so that people wouldn't like panic, so he'd like play the piano a little bit, and then, or whatever, I don't know. And then so they got her and like literally they had to like carry her and like all you see is like the girl like limp on the security guard shoulder. But then like after she left the crowd, everyone was still hype, and then like Alex continued playing his songs, and like he was dancing, and it was great. It was great. I mean, it wasn't fun that everyone and their mom was pushing, and everyone was sweating, and like people's hair was all over my face, but it was fun because I got to see the twins and Alex. Then after Alex finished, the twins came out again, and they were wearing different clothes. Which, by the way, beforehand, Grayson was wearing a Seattle shirt, and when they changed, Ethan was wearing a Seattle shirt the next time. And then Ethan, he was like, oh, the funny thing about this shirt is that like, I've had this shirt for a while, but like, and I found it in my closet, and we need to go to on tour to Seattle so that I can wear this shirt. And then, so they went to Seattle, and he wore the shirt, and he looked bombing.
I got a Seattle shirt on. Fun fact, I just feel like saying this. I've had this shirt for like 3 months, and before we were planning out the tour, I saw it and I was like, you know, we gotta go to Seattle, and I'm gonna wear this shirt there. And it actually happened.
And then after that, they did a Q&A where people tweet and ask questions. A whole bunch of people asked questions about the roast yourself video.
I'm gonna hold my hand above Ethan's head, and if you think you won, make some noise.
Like literally it was like 3 questions in a row where people were asking about the roast yourself video, and they're like, oh, who do you think won? I wanted to yell, oh, Grayson said your jawline looks like a bicycle seat to Ethan, but like I didn't think that they would actually hear. Right when I yelled it is when the crowd got super quiet. So when I yelled it, the crowd was quiet. When I screamed it, it was so quiet that like the twins didn't notice, but like I screamed it so loud, and then everyone around me like turned around and looked at me. And then I didn't even finish my sentence because I got so embarrassed. I was like, Grayson said your jawline looks like, and then I stopped. And I was like, oh, and then I just looked down and like got all scared because everyone looked at me. I was like, oh, this is awkward. But anyways, they continued doing that, and like they looked great. Like Grayson was wearing a muscle tee, and his arms. Oh, what was after that? And then after the question and answer, they talked about the glow sticks things and the charity that it goes to, because if you buy these, they're $10, and all the money goes to the charity called I Am That Girl or something like that. And it like boosts girls' confidence. Like they showed us a video of them explaining it. And then I was annoyed though, and we're all surprised because I was like holding this up because I thought they were gonna pick us from the crowd to like whoever was holding this at the moment. But no, they already picked girls, and I was like, okay, great. But yeah, so they already picked 3 girls, and then after the video, they came in with their big shirt. They called the girls and they went in, and I was so jealous, and they played basketball. And whoever like made the shot first, he got a prize, and the prize was like a signed t-shirt. Yeah, a signed t-shirt. So they were playing ball, no one made it in, so then Grayson like, and his girl like, he just walked to the hoop and just jumped and put it in, like cheated. And then she won. She got a signed Dolan Twins merch with Grayson's signature on it. Actually, all of their signatures, I think. After that, they left the stage. Alex came back on, and he sang another song. He sang One Dance, and then he came on by himself first. I think it was during One Dance where I was like, you know, we were all dancing and stuff, and at one point, while Alex was singing, he was like towards the middle because I was in the middle, and like while I was like, you know, just doing my concerty things, he looked at me straight in the eyes. He like stared at me with his beautiful freaking face and brown eyes. He stared at me for like 5 to 10 seconds. Honestly, it was probably like 1.5 seconds, 2.5 seconds, but I mean, it felt like 5 minutes. And he like stared at me and he sang to me, and I felt it in my soul, and I did not know what to do. I just looked at him. I was like, like, I don't know, and then eventually, like, after he stared at me, I was like, what am I supposed to do? So then I just screamed, and then right when I screamed, he looked away, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, that was kind of embarrassing because they probably look like a potato. I don't probably look like a potato, I know I look like a potato. And yeah, so he stared at me and I'm like, Alex, if you want this, you can have it. So I mean, Alex, hit me up, my number. Anyway, so yeah, after that, so Alex kept on singing One Dance and people were still pushing. I was still touching sweaty girls. Great. I love my personal space. And then after Alex kept on singing One Dance and the twins came out and they started dancing and they were dancing super like cutely with their beautiful muscles. When the twins came out, like confetti popped in the like confetti popper things and I got so scared because it made such a loud noise and I kind of felt embarrassed because I got scared. I like jumped. So then they kept on dancing and then they finally like they came together at the front of the stage, and I'll probably insert a picture or something. They came together at the front of the stage and they like put their hands up and they like said bye. Screen, it said one more challenge or something like that. And everyone started chanting it, and then so eventually they came out and they were wearing different t-shirts. They were wearing their merch, like the purple baseball tee. They like did one more challenge. They were both gonna hold the circle thing, and one of them had to shoot the cannon through the circle, and then the cannon had like t-shirts and merch in it. I think they only made it in like once or twice. But at one point the cannon wasn't working, so Grayson just had to like throw it into the crowd. None of the like the t-shirt landed near me, but not like close enough for me to grab it, which girls were crazy, but I'm gonna talk about that later. Whoever lost the challenge, they had to take their shirt off and like throw it into the crowd, and the shirts were signed already. And then so like Ethan lost, so he took his shirt off. He took his shirt off. His body was there, and so he threw it into the crowd. These girls are crazy. So the other shirts, people were like grabbing them and fighting over them, first of all, but Ethan's shirt, like literally, so the other girls were like pulling them. Like I saw them like for the normal t-shirts that they're throwing in like through the gun, girls were like tugging, like doing a tug of war with the t-shirts and like fighting over them, and it wasn't even the signed one yet. And then finally they like left and like said goodbye and stuff, and I was like super sad because I was like, oh my gosh, my babies, when I'm gonna see them again. When we were like leaving, I turned around and these girls were literally fighting over Grayson's shirt, and I was like, okay, same, but y'all need to stop. Like we were legit pulling. Like one of these girls were like seriously pulling for the shirt, and then I think finally the other girl gave up because she was like, dude, it's not worth it, like what are you doing? Like she was super aggressive, and I was like, okay. But I mean, I guess if it were me, I would probably be doing the same thing, but I mean, I'm not that crazy, so no offense. And then we left and people were still pushing, and I'm like, okay, thanks, because I'm not a person and I'm not a thing that's just right here who, oh, like, okay. But yeah, and then I left, and I wanted to wait for Alex at the merch store, but like I didn't know how long he was gonna be there, and I had a ride, so I couldn't really wait. So then I just left, and it was a great night. I wish I had meet and greet, but you know, I tried twice. So obviously I bought this because if you got this, you had a chance to meet them. But I also wore this For All You tour shirt, but I don't think anyone actually won a meet and greet by wearing these shirts. Like I don't think anyone actually did. If they did, they're lucky. So that sums up my For You experience. If you have the chance to go, I really recommend you go because these boys are hilarious and they're great and their jawlines are amazing. Yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Don't be a crazy pusher, please.